Hey, everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. We are at season 3, episode 12. Episode 12. So, yes, it's a great day outside. I think it's in the low 80s, but there is a good breeze coming through every now and then. So, I have the windows open of my house to air out the house because it's been a long winter. So I hope everybody's doing well. For those of you who haven't watched my show before, welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy it. And it's exciting news for me because for the first time in a long time, I actually have somebody on the show that's not just me. So I actually have a great person, Beth Rountree. She is a commercial realtor in the Austin area, which is basically where I am, the Austin area in Cedar Park. And so we are had a great talk on Friday, which was April Fool's. So don't worry, it's not a fool, it's not a trick. She's actually on the show, and so I do have to give a little caveat. I tried for the first time ever to use two different web cameras, so I had a problem with reverb. So you're gonna hear some reverb while we're both talking. I figured out how to fix it going forward, but I didn't figure out how to fix it for the show. So it's a bit unfortunate, but it's not really that much of a problem. One of them is like this directional mic, and the other one is just a general mic. So it picked up much better on the directional mic when Beth was talking, and then mine, you can hear me, and you don't. It doesn't really pick up this mic, so very little reverb on my side, but there's some on her side. But it's still understandable. I apologize for the technical problem, but I have it solved for the next one. So, so great news. We have somebody, and it's going great. So, to start off with, real quick, I just want to update the people who have sent me some messages, and thank you, that also do gardening. I want to let everybody know that my grapevine has survived another freeze and is actually putting out some green leaves this week. Good green leaves, actually. It seems to be growing like a weed, so I'm really happy about that. Maybe in a couple weeks, I might have something. I'm definitely going to put up some cage or something around it, because last year, damn it, the three little bunches of grapes that were growing that I was all excited about got stolen by some animal, and they took it away, probably squirrels. So I'm gonna see if I can find a way to protect it more, and so that'll be nice. And I have the beets going. I'm sorry, not the beets. I have the carrots going. I have the loofah going, and I have the watermelons going, like you saw last week. Right now, there's actually one that has broken from the surface. I'm not sure which one it is. I have to go back and look at the tape. Actually, I have to go back and look and see what bed it is so I can determine whether it's the watermelons or perhaps it's the start of the carrots or even the start of the loofah. But I do have them marked on a picture, so that'll make it easy to do. So we're gonna jump into the interview. We're gonna have a Zen moment. Probably have an OMR, which is an old man rant for those of you who have not watched the show, and then we'll wrap it up. So this episode is mostly Beth and I shooting the breeze and then talking about commercial realty, how she got involved in it, how it's doing in the market, or how the market is doing for commercial realty in the Austin and surrounding areas, and then just shooting the breeze about some stuff. So some questions that I always like to ask people that I interview. So since it's been so long, I almost forgot where they were, but I remembered, so we got them on there. So let's just jump in it, and here is what I like to call the brand new section of Javier Out on the Patio. Let's see how many people I can do that. Javier Out on the Patio with commercial realtor Beth Rountree. So here we go. Out on the patio, out on the patio. Hey everybody, welcome to Javier Out on the Patio. We are here today with Beth Rountree. She is a commercial realtor, and we're going to get into it and talk a little bit about that, and then talk about some embarrassing questions, and then some non-commercial real estate questions. So, welcome Beth.
Hello guys, what's happening? Nice to meet you.
And so, a little bit of background. Beth and I have known each other for about 17 years. We work together. And this is the first time we've actually seen each other in person.
We were children.
Yeah, we were children. I was probably 8, 9 years old. And this is the first time we've seen each other in person in 17 years.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you.
So let's jump in it. So commercial realty. Tell me a little bit about how you got into that part, because I know about realtors and the normal residential properties that people work on. But tell me a little bit about how you got into commercial realty, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So I've had my license, commercial real estate, just real estate license in general, since last February. So of course I was a graphic designer like for over 25 years, right?
Yep.
So when COVID hit, shit went down where I was working, and I got let go. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out what can I do to help people at a higher level. And I've always been interested in like luxury homes, and I would drive in the hills, all this stuff. So anyways, I reached out to a friend of mine, so I started, training to get my license. And I was in residential for a while, but I really wanted to get into it to begin with because of commercial. Now, I am an empath, and so I'm very, very much feeling, and I pick up on people's emotions. So for the residential side, that's tough, because that's a very emotional deal with people in their homes.
Yes,
they're so invested, and they've done all this stuff to make their home better, and they want everybody to see that value. And it is what it is. There's some things you can get ROI on. There's some things that you can't. So it's tough to have that discussion with folks. But with commercial, and when you're dealing with investors and developers and stuff like that, it's all if it makes sense, right? And it's about the bottom line. And there's a lot of numbers, and I like numbers, even though I'm an empath and emotional. I like numbers, dude. So it takes out so much of the emotion out of it, so you're not having to fight that part of it, and then you're helping people make. It's a longer sales process, but it's worth it, So I'll you take the time to let that work its way out, and then the payment is larger as well.
Nice.
So
nice.
I just moved over to commercial though in like December.
Okay.
December, January, whatever. So it's still I'm a newbie. I'm definitely a newbie, but I'm very motivated. I have an amazing mentor and a lot of support and stuff. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to. I like so far what I know. I like industrial. I like warehouses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like with retail, and everything I've learned about that. But I want to eventually be by the ocean, so I want to help surf shops, skate shops, because that's a part of who I am. Plus, if I were to ever deal with any land stuff,
Yep.
it would be maybe for developing skate parks. Because I so wish that I would have had a really awesome skate park when I was growing up. So that's where I'm at now, and every day, you learn something new, and it takes you down this avenue, so you're just figuring it out as you go.
So when you say growing up, that was like 5-10 years ago, right? When we were kids. We were kids, so it's all good.
Exactly.
So, do a side thing. Show my viewers what you're drinking today.
Okay, let's see.
So this is going to surprise people, especially my brother, who hates this drink, by the way. So
this is a limited release, guys.
It is limited release.
So this is a
Zima, everybody. Zima. That's right. Suck it for those of you who
5%
don't like it. It's only 5%, but then again, this is 5% too. This is a hard coffee that I'm drinking that I had for St. Patty's Day, and I had some left. So there you go. Zima. There you go. So since you just started out in realty, now that we're going back to non-COVID standards for the most part, I mean, there's still other variants out there, but right now things are beginning to relax relaxed as far as people coming out, which means there's people coming back into the workforce, which means some of the places that have closed down or stopped renting spaces for their employees are now having to work their way back up. So have you seen, I mean, because you just started, but have you seen like an influx of people actually beginning to start wanting commercial places?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I have. So there's, and it's going to be interesting too to figure out. I have to look at like all the data as it comes out. But with the amount of people that, because there are places, it was. They didn't want people to work from home, and now, I mean, everything's completely changed now. So it will be interesting to see how it all does shake out. But I know too, because whatever building downtown that, what was it? I forgot which company it was. If it was TikTok or something, or maybe Facebook, but just like rented out this entire building, downtown. So I mean, things are changing. It's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah.
And who all needs what and when. But yeah, people are definitely like revisiting that entire idea, and also needing space to get their people in.
Right. So, and I'm sure, because now that we're going back, so quick question and then a follow up. So when you now during the COVID time, when you were just a real estate person, were you doing a lot of in-person meetings, or were you doing a lot through Zoom and or some sort?
There was a lot through Zoom.
Okay, so then
training and everything.
Oh wow.
I with the last brokerage that I was with, we were in the office. But 10, 11 of us. But yes, there was a lot of Zoom activity for sure. And mind you, like that is something that made me so uncomfortable in the beginning. I had to really I had to get used to that.
Yeah.
It was like I was like, oh my god, like I'm on camera. This is freaking me out. But over time, I finally got used to it. It wasn't as big of a deal. But yeah, there was a lot of that.
So now that leads me to this question: did you? Because I know I'm guilty of this, viewers, by the way. So did you wind up wearing what I like to call a business mullet, which is business on the top, party at the bottom? So you would wear, currently during the work week, I wear a collared shirt every day. Every now and then on Zoom, collared shirt. Below, sweatpants, pajamas, shorts.
Nothing.
No. I've never gone that crazy. I thought about it once, but I was like, just knowing that I'm naked from the bottom down, I would do something stupid like stand up and be like, oh, well, there you go. Now I'm gonna get sued. So did you wear something like a business mullet?
I think that I probably did, dude, because it's just like, a cozy, nice shirt or whatever, and like some, reindeer flannel pajama bottom.
I mean, you're basically, you literally are dialing it in. You are just there. As long as you don't stand up and the camera doesn't pan down, you're good. You're good. So that's all good.
Yes.
All right, excellent.
I am guilty of that as well.
So with your new company that you're with, which you can plug the name of it here.
EXP Commercial.
EXP Commercial.
Which is fantastic.
Are you given like a zone, or are you like a bunch of leads, and then you pick from the leads, or they assign you leads, or what? How does that work? Because I don't know how that works.
So currently, I am not on a team. So if I were on, let's say, a commercial team within EXP Commercial. Maybe it would work out like that, where maybe you share leads or something like that. For myself, I'm on my own. So I have when you go into something, you have to have, because you don't know everything yet. So you have to have a sponsor in order to invite you over to EXP, which I do, but she's on the residential side. Had I stayed on the residential side, I would have been on her team.
Okay.
But I wanted to dive into commercial, so I have a mentor. Who is the broker for the commercial broker for the entire state of Utah. He was one of my instructors in one of my commercial classes, my training classes that I was taking through EXP. So we really hit it off. He's super cool. So for my first 3 transactions, he will be on board with me in order to help me and guide me, and stuff like that.
Right, learn the process, make sure you got everything down.
Yeah. And you have a team of people once you do put in all of your stuff through the software. You have all the other people, like our Texas broker and stuff that's checking all that stuff out to make sure it's correct, which is fantastic. Forgot what I was going to say.
And she's on camera. She's on camera. She forgot. We're talking about the process of zones or leads or what.
So I can do, in Texas, I can do whatever. In other states, because there's other states that allow you. You don't have to have a license doing commercial
For that
to
state.
work in their state. Exactly.
Yep.
There's some that are like, yeah, it depends, and there's some like, nope, absolutely not.
Right.
So I can really pretty much work all over.
Excellent.
But what I'm doing now is I am building my own business. And so it's about, building relationships and meeting people and just getting out there, because eventually all the people that you connect with and that you talk to, somebody somewhere is going to need a place for something, as far as business,
Yep.
So it takes more time, but I'm building my own business instead of somebody else's.
Yep.
And I have a lot of really good support, and I want to get into a certain niche, and it's all I'm doing something every day in order to get there, which I'm stoked about, and it's my business.
Right.
So there's not a lot of stuff, one time being done, but again, the whole process is so much longer, the whole sales process for it. So now I'm getting out, I'm meeting people, and kind of spreading the word about what I do, and making friends, just making relationships, man.
That's great. So leading to that, tell us a little bit about that meet and greet thing that you just started. Explain what you're doing, and then where you're at, so if people need to go out and hang out with you.
It's once a month. It's a networking group called Hanging with Homies. It's at a place called Fredo ATX, which is down in South Austin. It's at like South Congress and Oldsworth, so it's an old Wells Fargo bank, right? It's a historical landmark now.
Oh, nice.
But he has recently renovated that. The friend of mine that I know, we actually, way back in the day when we were in school, like college, we were assistant managers at Double Dave's together.
Double Dave. There you go. That's old school right there.
Yeah. So he has redone it, opened it up. So it's a coffee shop. You can get food and beer and wine.
Nice.
It's really cool, really nice outside area. But it's through Eventbrite. I have all the dates set up for the rest of the year.
Okay.
So you can go to Eventbrite and look up Fredo, which is FREDDO.
FREDDO.
ATX, Fredo ATX. And it'll show you. I think the next one's like April 21st.
Yeah. Is there a cost, or is it free?
No, it's free, and it's for anybody. Because
Okay.
I didn't want to pigeonhole anything. It's just for people to just introvert, like I said. And so I wanted to, if I were going to do a networking event, I wanted to be, just very chill.
Yep.
You can get some food, something to drink. You can hang out, meet people, go outside, go inside. I have like cool coloring pages, so that people aren't just like staring at each other uncomfortably. Because not everybody's super comfortable with, with meeting new people. Sometimes it's hard. So I just try to make it, as comfortable as possible. But it has all the dates out for the rest of the year, and again, it's on Eventbrite. And too, I post reminders and stuff like on my Instagram, which you can find me like Beth Rountree ATX.
Beth Rountree ATX on Instagram, people.
No D in round.
No D in round. So that used to get me all the time. No D in round. Cool. That's great. So before I let you go, I don't know why I keep saying we. I like to talk in third person. That's what I do. Before I let you go from this interview, I have some standard questions I'd like to ask people. And it's been like a year and a half, viewers, by the way. If you haven't been watching all of them, which you should be watching all of them. But if you haven't, you know my standard close with interviewees. So here's the first one. Name a movie that you love to watch that your friends and or family would be surprised that you love to watch.
Okay, does this include pornos?
You know what? You're the second
personal question out there. So
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I don't think they would be surprised that you're watching pornos. I'm just saying. Maybe.
What if I made my own? Maybe that would be.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're on your own. That's crazy. Okay, but let's say no pornos for now.
Just kidding. Okay. Well, it can go from one side of the spectrum to the other. I really like Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. I can kind of still kind of see you watching that because it's got a little rough side from the B side on there. You know, Robbie Benson
I love
doing
it, like
the voice
Chip,
of the
the little cup and his mom and all. But I also I really do like watching movies and documentaries with serial killers.
Okay. That's kind of out there, kind of. But I know you well enough to be like, I'm going to let that one go, then. I'm going to let that one go. So now, of course, throw out 5 movies that you can watch again and again. I know you got a ton, but just pick 5. They don't have to necessarily be, your top 5, because you may forget and then you think about one later on and you're like, damn it. But just throw out like 5 movies you can watch again and again.
Probably like Thelma and Louise.
Yep.
Point Break.
Definitely.
I have a hard time with the titles and stuff, dude. I forget. Anything to do with like skateboarding, surfing. You know, even like Bethany.
Gleaming the Cube.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
Aaron and I just watched it was one called Thrashin'.
Yep. Seen it.
And then the other one was Rad, which that was for BMX. Dude.
Yes. And you gotta watch Gleaming the Cube. If you haven't seen it, you haven't remembered it.
It's been
Gleaming
so
the Cube.
long though.
Yeah.
But yes.
Gleaming the Cube.
Some kind of wonderful.
Oh yeah. Oh, that
dude,
was.
I know.
That was
The
huge.
that
one is.
I was like, oh man.
That was my '80s, man.
I know, dude. I know, and I'm trying to. Roadhouse.
Hey, I mean that is really that is good. I'm glad you didn't say something like what's one of the big ones? Dirty Dancing. That one. I'm like, oh come on. But Roadhouse,
dude.
And it's got a young. He only looks about 90. Sam Elliott in there.
Dude.
So
for real.
Yeah, and he really looks. He's about only 70 there, and that was like 30 years ago.
I know,
so
right?
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So great, fantastic to have you on the show. I'd like to have you on again in a few months so you can update everybody on what you did. So,
got it.
What was the name of the place again?
Fredo ATX.
Fredo ATX for Hanging with the Homies. Check it out on Eventbrite. And the name of the Realty?
EXP Commercial.
EXP Commercial. So this has been Beth Rountree out here on Javier. Like I don't know how to say my own name. Javier out on the patio. Must have been too many of these. And so we'll take it back to Inside Hub. We'll see you later. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
And there you have it, the lovely Beth Rountree for the Realty for Commercial Realty. So if you liked what you saw and you wanted to talk a little, Beth, a little bit about Commercial Realty, you wanted to know more about Hanging with Homies, she has it set up on Eventbrite, like she talked about, so you can just go ahead and search for Hanging with Homies, and it is out at Fredo's. So you'll be able to meet up with her and talk a little bit. And like she was talking about, you can just kind of hang. You don't have to have interest in selling or buying commercial realty. If you're interested just in general, or if you want to get out a little bit and have some fun and maybe network a little, meet some new people, I definitely recommend it. I'm going to try to get out there one of these days, and so we'll do that. So if you're interested in getting on the show, you have a small mom and pop business that you want to run, or be not run, but you want to have an interview so you can get some more social media presence, then I recommend you direct message me, or Instagram me, or Facebook me, or text me, or holler at me, or however you can try to get a hold of me. There's lots of ways, and I can have you on the show. So I'm going to try to get as many people as I can interviewed this year. I think I am in a better situation, and the world is in a better situation right now, where I can get out, get people out on the patio, on my new patio, and have some people chill. So if you took a look over Beth's shoulder and you took a look over my shoulder, you'll see that the yard still needs some work. It's still some stuff that still needs to be done. The patio's looking good. Got about another week now before it cures, and then I can start staining it. So if you want to throw some colors at me as to what I should stain my brand new, currently white-ish patio, let me know. And if you, like I said, have a mom and pop business, so come on out and let's talk, and we'll do it. I'm also looking for more people to get going on some of the games that I like to play, and my neighbors, y'all remember neighbors James and Zaida, like to play as well. So we're trying to expand our fan base as far as fans of games like cribbage, pinochle, poker, hearts, spades, face 10 even. We'll play that. And then for those of you who like to play dominoes, we don't play the 5 point variation. We do play a variation called Moon, which has been around for a long, long time, especially in this part of the country. So if you're interested in learning about that or relearning it, let me know, and I will try to start getting some games together, perhaps even having some video montages from the various nights or days that I do that. Okay, so let's get into our. Why don't we get into our old man rant, and then we can go into a nice Zen moment like we did last week. So a little bit of the gruff with a nice calming, soothing Zen moment, and it might even have a new poem by Jay Anderson. So I'm not sure yet. I haven't contacted him. He might be able to toss off something real quick for me. So let's go into the old man rant.
Yes, indeed. It's time once again for another old man rant.
Hey, so here I am once again for another old man rant. So I really am happy that we are beginning to come out of this COVID rigmarole, thing of Jay that we've been doing for the past almost 2 years or 2 years plus now. I am happy for that. What I hate, or what we got now, which is called these drivers, quote unquote, and I'm not talking about drivers from like that aren't from Austin. So there's a lot of people, or Texas. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's the California people that are causing problems with driving. No. There's people that are native to this state that are just as stupid as the other ones from not from being from this state. So that has nothing to do with it. It also has nothing to do with a new driver. Oh, okay, I just got my license, so I'm going to be driving like an idiot and do all sorts of stupid things. No. Once again, it's just the idiot drivers that think they own the road and think that their stuff is more important than our stuff. So, I've been told before I drive like an old man, and I'm okay with that. So, I normally don't have to worry about getting somewhere on time because I usually get there early, unless I have problems that I can't get to where I can't go at all. Sorry about that, Max. So, I'm talking, there are people driving up the butt of somebody else. Do you not remember driver's ed where you're supposed to be able to see under the car in front of you, and that's where you're supposed to have that at least minimum, or the 1 second rule? You pass a point on the highway or the road, and for every 10 miles an hour you're driving, you're supposed to wait a second and have that distance between cars. Okay. Maybe that's a bit crazy, but how about a half second? How about a quarter second? So that you're at least a car length or two, possibly two, so that you can stop and avoid some of these idiot accidents that we're seeing. So, and if I remember those rules, by the way, driver's ed, which for me was 34 years ago, then I think you can remember it because you're probably younger than I am. And for those of you that are older than I, chances are you're not driving like these idiots that I'm seeing. So, learn how to drive, watch your mirrors, give distance. Our stuff is just as important as yours. I don't give up what you think it's not. It is. So, be better on the road, everyone. Not just anybody from out of state, not just new drivers, everyone. There's a ton of idiots out there, and now that we're almost back to a somewhat normal day-to-day goings on for everybody, We need to remember that. During COVID, you could drive around and there was probably, a half dozen cars around you and it was plenty of space. Now, it's crazy. So be careful, watch out yourself, and don't be an idiot. Whoa, looks like old man Havo's really on a rant today. So, not that I totally disagree with him. Um, at least he kept his. At least he didn't go with any real bad curse words that I was gonna have to edit out. So good for you, old man Havo. Okay, so now let's take a little bit negative there. I understand old man Hav is a kind of a negative guy. So let's calm things down, bring things back up a little bit more with our Zen moment for the day. So here you go. I think that I shall always enjoy an older car that is someone's toy. The miles it has ridden and what it has seen calls to me as if in a fervent dream. The lives that it has taken to and fro, to the mountains and through the hills, driven in and out of the so white snow. Where it has gone gives me the chills. A horseless carriage, a wingless jalopy. From A to Z, it is still a sight to behold. Always something so graceful to see, and worth its weight in gold. Hey, and that is a wrap. So, I've been trying to keep under 35 minutes or so I had to cut the the spirit time this time, but definitely worth it. Added in the great interview by Beth Rountree, and back to being able to interview people again was such a great amount of fun that we just kept going on and on. So something had to give, and it turns out it was spirit time. But if you watched the interview, you saw that we were drinking some alcoholic beverages. So maybe that counts, huh? I say it does. So thanks everyone for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about commercial realty, be sure and reach out to Beth Rountree, EXP, I believe, Realty, and she'll hook you up. And she'll talk your ear off about whatever you want. But when it comes to commercial realty, she knows her stuff. And if you get a chance, go out to her Hanging with the Homies out at Fredo's, and we will maybe we'll see you out there. You can let her know that you saw her on Javier In The Air, and then we can that will be great. So if you have a mom or pop operation going, a franchise, well, not a franchise, but if you have a franchise and you really are adamant about wanting to get on the show, I'll get you on the show. So if you have anything else, other mom and pop shops and everything. Oh, I want to give a shout out to the Boutique. I went by and saw Scott. They have a brand new mural on the wall, so if you haven't had a chance to check it out and you're in the Cedar Park area, check it out. He's right off of Cypress Creek before you hit Old 183. So fantastic mural up there. I'm getting a shirt, so I'll probably have something on the show about that when I get the shirt in May. So have a good rest of the day. It's beautiful out there. I was just out there for a little bit. Talking to the fam, and so had a beautiful time out there. Wind's blowing just enough for it to feel good, and hope you have a good week, and hopefully I can maybe have somebody on next week. If not, hopefully soon, and so I will see everybody again next week. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks a lot.